Hey, Alexa here from Stealing Beauty, and in today's video I'm going to do a shopping tips video because the holiday season is fast approaching, and because I've done one of these videos in the past and it did pretty well, but I guess I wanted to reiterate some of the points and also add some additional points because that video is very outdated. The first thing I'm going to talk about is to be wary of promotions that get you to buy more when you don't necessarily need to buy more. When you see a buy one, get the second item half off, it is essentially up to 25% off. And I say it's up to 25% off because you only get 25% off if both items cost the same amount of money. Otherwise, they will always take the cheaper item and slash that price by 50% off. So you want to make sure you get two items that cost the same amount of money to get the biggest bang for your buck. Otherwise, like I said, it's really 25% off, and it's essentially getting you to spend more money. You know what I'm saying? The next thing I have to say is keep your tickets, your shoe boxes, and your sales receipts, and know your return policy and exchange policies at stores because it can be an utter nightmare. I specifically have a couple of horror stories with Aldo and Little Burgundy. Basically, I bought a pair of court shoes in the summertime. I really wanted a pair of black basic stilettos to bring with me to events so that I could switch out my shoes. I never ended up wearing them, so I kept them in their shoe box and I kept the sales receipts. I eventually brought them back to the store. Their return policy is pretty lenient. They give you up until forever to return the shoes as long as you have the box and the receipt and the shoes are not worn. My shoes were not worn, however, they were the last in stock in my size, so I'd imagine that someone had been, had walked around the store when they had tried them on, or a few people had, so there was a couple of indentations on the bottom of the shoe, but it was not marked up in any way of the sorts. I actually went to the same Aldo, to the same sales associate, and basically had to argue to get an exchange. And when I did finally get the exchange, because she was like, no, for sure you wore these out, you've been wearing these, and I'm like, you can see in the inside there's no toe indentations, there's nothing of the sorts that indicates that I've been wearing these out. They're just a tiny bit scratched on the bottom. And she's like, yeah, that means you've been walking around on the sidewalk and all this stuff. And I was like, no, you are taking these shoes back and you're giving me something else. An exchange, I don't care. So she exchanged the shoes, I went to another Aldo and got my money back. I'm getting all like pissed, but yeah, just remembering it pisses me off. Just be really careful about pushy sales associates. If you see any tiny bit of a thing wrong with the thing that you're buying, ask for a discount or ask them to mark your receipt saying that so-and-so is buying a shoe that's slightly scuffed and buying it for regular price, kind of like so that when you come back with a receipt, they don't give you a pain in the ass, which is what they did to me. Just putting that out there. And I had a different horror story with Little Burgundy, but I don't want to get into that because that was like a whole other deal. My other thing to talk about would be if you're buying clothing or if you're buying an item for a special event, whatever, take inventory of your closet before you go shopping or on a shopping spree, because you do not need, for example, more than 3 little black dresses. I mean, they might vary in hem length or in fabric or in sleeve length, for example, and might be good for different seasons, but literally you only need about 3 of those, and they all sort of look the same, not completely, but unless they're dramatically different, there's kind of no point in having that many little black dresses. You should be varying your closet a little more unless you only wear black, which is the case with me sometimes. So definitely take inventory of your closet. It will cause you to save time and money. When you're trying on clothing, make sure you have the right undergarments to try on that clothing item. If you are looking for a fitted dress or a strapless dress, bring your strapless bra and your seamless underwear and try it on like that. Otherwise, see if you can purchase the item, bring it home and try it at home. Try it on with various pairs of underwear and see if it works, if it fits right. Otherwise, you'll have to buy more undergarments when you maybe weren't necessarily planning on spending more money on that. My other tip with trying on clothes is you want to move around in the clothing that you're trying on. Put your arms up, out to the side, to the front, especially with jackets. When it comes to pants or bottoms, you want to try to bend down, sit, you know, move around in the clothing, try to put your hand in it, see if you have room to breathe, because you want to make sure that you are wearing something that you're going to be comfortable in, buying something that you're going to be comfortable wearing for a long period of time, essentially. And my other tip for trying on clothing, which I didn't give in my previous video, is to take mirror pics if you want to buy something, especially if you're buying a dress or an item that you're going to be wearing to a special occasion where there are going to be photos taken of you. You want to make sure that you like the way that you look in pictures in that dress or in that top. So take pictures, take lots of pictures, don't be shy, take a while. I take a while in the fitting room sometimes because I'm taking selfies from different angles to try to make sure, you know, like, does my stomach look okay in this? Do my boobs look all right? Does my butt, do my legs, do my anything? Does this fit right? Does this look cute, you know? Sometimes it helps to shop with a friend, but be wary of friends who don't give you the best feedback, because you know, sometimes, and I hate saying this, but there are girlfriends who will say you don't look good in something when you really do, because either their taste is different, their preference is different, or, and I really hate saying this, but they might be envious. There are friends like that, unfortunately. So just only bring someone you absolutely trust when you go shopping. The same goes for friends. Sometimes there are friends who get a little bit envious, not in the bad way, but in the way that they want to copy what you've bought, and that really sucks too. Like, you don't want to be calling up your girlfriend and being like, hey, are you wearing that top that we both have, because I wanted to wear it to this event that we're both going to, and I want to make sure we're not wearing the same item. And speaking of the same items, I have a really random tip, which I always tend to buy my clothing in sales, especially my summer dresses, and that usually occurs at the end of the season. So I'll buy my, you know, Zara dresses at the end of the season for 30 bucks instead of 70, 50, whatever. And then I wear them the next year when everyone has gotten tired of wearing them or hasn't worn them at all, or will not be wearing them, rather, in the next season. And then when people ask me, oh, like, where did you get that dress? Oh, I got it from Zara, but it's from last year, or it's from 2 years ago. So you're not gonna have people going to look for the same item that you have, and it's going to be unique to you, and you are less likely to run into someone who is going to be wearing that same popular dress from Forever 21, H&M, Zara, or wherever it is that you shop, BCBG, what have you. So if it's out of season, or if it's from a previous collection, you are less likely to run into someone who is wearing that older dress that you have kept in your closet for a special occasion. The other thing is, I tend to spend less on summer items specifically, because in the summertime I will buy a whole bunch of things when they're on sale, and then I'll wear them the next year, like I said. But not just because of that, but because summer in Montreal, in Canada, is much shorter than fall and winter. So I have a tendency to spend more money on my fall and winter garments, clothing, etc., because I am going to wear them for a longer period of time and more often. I go quantity over quality in the summer, and in the winter I go quality over quantity, if that makes any sense. When it comes to something like a white button-down shirt, people will typically tell you a white blouse, a white t-shirt, or a white button-down shirt is something that you should spend a lot of money on. But in my case, I would actually say you are best getting that item on sale, or at a very cheap price, because I consider white tops to literally be almost disposable, because they are so easy to stain. They get worn out very quickly. Lighter garments just get worn out more quickly for me anyways, than darker garments. So I tend to spend less money on those. And I will also spend less money on very trendy items and very trendy accessories. Trendy items are great to complement your kind of staple pieces in your wardrobe, but they should not become the foundation of your wardrobe. They should not be the big ticket items in your closet unless it's something you're really gonna wear all the time. Maybe about 5 years ago, I bought this silk kimono at Zara, and it was marked down to $60 from $120, and it's literally one of my favorite things in my entire closet. And it was a trend item, but it's something that I have worn every summer. I at least wear it once a month, even to this day. So that's an example of something that I bought that was really trendy, that actually just really fit my style, so I invested in it. Well, I would have invested in it, but I got it on sale. But yeah, it's got to be something you're gonna wear all the time. If not, it's not worth spending a lot of money on. And that being said, if you're gonna wear something very often, it needs to be made of a decent fabric, be stitched very well, and have not very high maintenance washing instructions to it. So definitely check the clothing label. Clothing labels are everything. When you purchase things that you never end up wearing and they're sitting in your closet or on your dresser, in your dresser, what have you, it's just a constant reminder that you've spent money and that money is gone, and that item is absolutely useless to you unless you decide to wear it, give it away, or donate it. And it's just clutter you don't need in your life. I find that having clutter just really boggles the mind. It kind of ruins the atmosphere of your space, so to speak. One of my last tips for shopping, and this is quite obvious, but definitely imperative during the holiday season, try to go when there aren't crowds if you can, and that would be weekday mornings, even weekend mornings if you can go to the stores when they open. Weeknights are also amazing, especially during the beginning of the week. So Monday through Wednesday, Monday through Thursday sometimes, weeknights, because stores tend to stay open later during the holiday season. They have a different holiday schedule for people who work and want to go shopping afterwards, and the mall is less busy during that time. Oh, and last but not least, do not completely discount online shopping. Online shopping is incredible. It's also great to subscribe to newsletters to hear when promotions are happening. You can shop through websites like Ebates if that's your thing. I believe there's a Canadian Ebates as well where you can get cash back for spending. I guess that's everything I have to say for now. I will be doing a gift ideas video soon in the upcoming weeks, and a lot more kind of holiday oriented videos soon. If you'd like to follow me on social media, you can do so by following me at StealingB on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And if you like music, follow me on SoundCloud at StealingBeauty. Oh, and I also have Snapchat at StealingB as well. And I will see you in my next video. I hope you found this helpful. Give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!